I go down the. Here we go.
Alpha, listen, head over there.
Ah.
Heads up, Alpha. Get going, move.
I've never had this much problem until I got here. And now I'm getting enemies coming from everywhere now.
Listen up, Alpha. Move.
Let's keep moving, guys.
Funny enough, I think I actually remember doing this sort of thing right at the end of my first time I completed it.
Bravo.
Team Alpha.
It's very vague, though. It's very vague memories I'm
Charlie
getting.
12, please respond. Over. Charlie 90,
Alpha,
stay on
listen,
objective.
move my
You're going to
direction.
have the best shot. Out.
Target. Yes, took one down.
Well, at least we got him.
Clear.
Like, seriously, there's like so many corners.
Alpha, move out.
Like, enemies in corners and weird places. Oh, it's not that far. It's actually not that far at all.
Team Alpha, go.
I already messed up then.
Shit, Private, get some deodorant.
Bravo. Hey.
Huh.
Move.
What happened, Charlie 40? Are you on target? Still on target.
Got a target over here.
We'll keep you posted. Over.
Keep pushing, Bravo. You won't let these bastards.
Oh my god, he got run over by the train, look.
Took him down. Target eliminated. Seek in view.
Shit.
Bravo. Move. Point fire. Do it. Point fire now.
Heads up, Alpha.
Bravo team.
I think he'd probably be safer waiting there. Yeah. Alright. Let's bring Alpha back in.
Saddle up, Alpha. Alpha team, head over there. Listen up, Alpha. Move.
Run.
Fire team Alpha. Move.
I think it'd be better as well because
All clear,
of
Alpha. Move out.
mobility. You know, they'll be able to run faster to cover and stuff. So maybe that'd be a better thing
Fire
to
team
do.
Alpha, go.
Every mistake has been my own, to be fair.
No tangos. Team Alpha, move out.
Though I am noticing with a lot of games, even dating back to like the days of this game, the difficulty spike always it always spikes right at the end. I think it's almost like, yeah, we're at the end now. Now we're gonna really ramp things up. It's like, oh, okay. Could you at least tell me when to do that? No, I'm joking. But you know what I mean? It's like, unbeknownst to you.
Fire team Alpha, listen. Head over there.
I mean, Dead Rising 2 was a prime example of how the difficulty just immensely spiked right at the end of the game.
No tangos.
I mean, yeah, I was bad enough in Dead Rising 2, but it was made worse by like the gas, and you got like,
Team Alpha, get going, move.
you know, you got like the super zombies. It's a huge spike. It feels the same here. It's like there's people fucking
All clear.
everywhere.
Bravo team. Hey, Bravo. Move. Now.
Heads up, Alpha. Head over there. Enemy in
Gotta
view.
find a way out. Got it.
Point fire. Getting
Yo,
shot at
Bravo.
over here.
Hey, Bravo. Move out. Let's go. Bravo, get moving. Got a talk. Fire team Bravo. Listen up. Move.
Yeah, if I just throw a grenade.
Fire in the hole. Bravo, move out. Fire team Bravo. Move. Hey, move. Seeking, need point fire.
Alpha team. Reloading. Alpha, move. Reload. Team Alpha, listen. Get moving.
Charlie 32, target is moving very quickly, over. Charlie 90, we need you on your toes. Charlie 12 has men down and cannot continue.
4-point fire.
Yes, sir.
Listen up, Alpha. Get going. Move.
We won't make it unless we move now.
He's getting Alpha. Move out. Stay sharp, Alpha. Halt.
Affirmative, sir.
Alpha team. Move my direction.
Not going to get the better of me.
Charlie 90, if you have eyes on target, order the airstrike.
You heard the lieutenant, Alpha. They're counting on us.
Got one over here.
Incoming strike. Look out. Fall back.
There it is. We were being under fire at that point too.
Shit. God damn.
Watch out. Incoming strike.
Get down. Crap. Shit.
You get it? Get him! Yeah, he's dead. There we go. That's it.
Charlie 32, Charlie 12, confirm target neutralized. Repeat, target is neutralized, over.
Yes.
6 is killed in an air-to-ground missile strike by U.S. gunships. Testing will later confirm his death despite frequent denial by his supporters. By nightfall, Spur International Airport is secured to enable use of additional troops and supplies from around the clock. First human more than 8 hours later. It's funny that they're kind of still there. It's normally the Ace of Hearts death means the end of the conflict, really. I guess that is what it means. Members of the 1 to 51st Infantry Bravo Company receive special commemorations for actions above and beyond the call of duty. Their squad leader is honored by saying, "Oh, damn it." Sikhs are found in mass graves sited across the country. Damn. "12,000 civilians are still unaccounted for." Oh my god. Confirmed KI in the first 72 hours. 8 listed as, oh my god. Next 12 hours of the ground war are about to begin. And that was for a sequel that never got made, I guess. Wow, not even a credit sequence, look. We'll do the credits this way. There you go. We'll have a quick view of the credits while we talk. Well, that's it. That is another one of kind of a classic playthrough. That is, well, not a classic. Well, yeah, it's a classic game, not a classic playthrough. It's not something I'm bringing back, but you know, it's another one of those Xbox original games done, and won't be the last. I might try Prince of Persia sometime in the future, but yeah, as you can see, it's a very it's a very different game to your standard kind of combat game, in where you control 2 squads. It's not as hard as it looks. It can be very complicated when you have to do things on the fly, like really quickly. But apart from that, it was a very ambitious game, and it never got a sequel. I guess that final line was probably going to be in line for a sequel, but never got made. Obviously, this was made in the mid-2000s, so obviously at the time, THQ were like doing wrestling games and other stuff, and then later on in the early 2010s, they did Homefront, and then they went out of business. Unfortunately, they ceased to exist pretty much. Yeah, just to kind of show you that nothing really lasts forever, you know, even in gaming terms. And it's such a shame, because THQ were a renowned studio. They made so many great games over the years. Their wrestling ones were off the charts in the early days. And that's why you'll obviously see WWE 2K now. And Homefront Revolution got made by Game Buster or whatever it was called. Not that anyone remembers that game because it was a piece of trash. But you know, it's like, even in the gaming world, companies go out of business, and it's sad. That is sad to see. It really is. Some of the best developers don't do anything anymore. Like Centurion Games, they made Burnout. I think they went out of business fairly recently. So, oh, it's a very short credit sequence. No, there we go. I was gonna say, is that over? Shit. But yeah, it was great to see a legendary game like this and a legendary publisher through THQ and their legacy live on now that you have the opportunity to play these very classic games. And the same with Republic Commando as well. You know, the legendary games that people kind of don't remember, thanks to the Xbox One backwards compatibility, at least releasing the original Xbox games. The potential is just so high. Xbox had some great titles, like the early Rainbow Six games. There was a third-party James Bond game, Everything or Nothing, that was really good. Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, I might delve into that in the future. I'm just not very good at puzzle games. But, yeah. And this game was just very ambitious at the time. Like I said at the beginning of the playthrough, this game was one of those ambitious titles that brought combat more into a modern setting. And it actually tried to be different from your standard army shooter. You know, you control the 2 squads. It's a mix of conflict. It's a mix of the Conflict series, you know, where you control 4 people at once. It's pretty much very similar to that. And sadly, you don't really get the games like this anymore. You just get the constant Call of Duties and Battlefields coming out every freaking year, performing the same shit. And that's why games like this, they're not seen anymore, because no one wants to see it. Everyone wants to see Call of Duty come out every year and Battlefield come out every year to a T. And, you know, the new craze is now Battle Royale with Fortnite in particular. So, games like this, they don't get made anymore. No one wants to take a risk. No one wants to step out of bounds. No one wants to make a brand new game experience anymore. And I've said this before, but going back to a game like this really does hit home with you that, you know, games like this don't get made anymore, man. They don't get made anymore. No one takes a risk. No one takes a leap because they're scared their games won't sell, because it's not part of a craze like Battle Royale or Call of Duty or Battlefield. If it's not following the norm, it's not going to get bought in this day and age. If you don't follow the fad, you won't sell. And that's so fucking sad. You know, no one wants to step outside boundaries anymore and make a new experience. And it's sad. It's really sad. This came out in a time where you could take a huge risk and it could hugely pay off. And whereas this game wasn't one of the more popular shooters or combat style games, at least it took a chance. At least it took a risk and tried to be hugely different from your standard combat-based, army-based shooter. You know, army-based, that's what I mean. You know, at least it wanted to take a risk. And whereas probably didn't pay off too much because there was never a sequel, at least the passion and the bravery was there from THQ. At least it was always there, and I have to applaud them for such a great effort. Sony ImageWorks, that's funny. But yeah, no games like this come out anymore. You have to follow the norm or the fad if you're going to have any chance of selling your game. That's the reason why we've got so many Battle Royale games out today, like PUBG and Fortnite and H1Z1 and other ones like, I think this Realm Royale is a new one on PC exclusive. If you don't follow the norm, you're not going to get played. And it's sad, but it is the truth, and it really is just sad. You know, because no one's going to be prepared to take a risk anymore. You know, it's always kind of, it's more of the same. Every game is more of the same. I mean, look at games like FIFA. You know, the same shit every goddamn year, and it's not even funded by, you know, it's funny because the people bitch about how there's no career mode changes. Well, in hindsight, why would EA make any changes to any other thing other than the money maker for FIFA, and that's career mode? That's Ultimate Team. Ultimate Team is FIFA's money maker, and it always will be. And if you don't have Ultimate Team in FIFA, it will never get bought. If Ultimate Team was to cease to exist for FIFA 19, if EA came out and said, we're going to take a huge risk this year, we're not going to put Ultimate Team in our game, we're going to focus on career mode and give it a major overhaul, and the gameplay a major overhaul, we're going to go back to how we used to be and focus on the gameplay, which is the main source of a video game. But why would they do that? Because it won't make them any money. I can guarantee you. These people going on Twitter and bitching about lack of career mode changes, yeah, unfortunately, we're kind of in the minority there. I want a huge change to career mode. I want to make, I want more, like, customization for the manager face. But we won't get it. Because why would EA do that? Why would EA stop, like, the funding around the Ultimate Team? They won't take that risk. It's like, if anyone was to take the loot boxes out of the game, they wouldn't do it. Fact of the matter is, with FIFA, it will never change. It will be Ultimate Team every goddamn year, and no one will give a crap. The only people that will are the small minority that EA is never going to listen to in a million years, because career mode is not the game's moneymaker. Ultimate Team is, and it is because that people buy their packs and buy their fucking packs and make their stupid videos of overreacted, scripted, screaming at the camera nonsense. And no. It's stupid. But it wouldn't make EA any money if they were to do that. Because even though we sit and we complain about lack of career mode changes, why would that be a thing? Why would EA bother with it? Of course they won't. You know, why would they? Ultimate Team is FIFA's moneymaker. That literally, Ultimate Team funds FIFA. It literally funds FIFA every year. To the point where I'm seriously considering not buying it because it's near the release of Soul Calibur 6, which I'm very much looking forward to compared to FIFA. But the only reason I might buy FIFA again this year isn't because the gameplay is going to be good or the journey is going to be good. It's not. It's not. It's going to be the same. Like, the Champions League license means nothing to me. It really doesn't. It's nice that it's there, and I love my I've always said that I love authenticity in my sports games in particular. I love that stuff. But it's not selling me the game this year. I'm not buying it just to play like Champions League and Europa League. I didn't buy the game to play that. I bought the game to have fun with the game and actually continue my storyline in the Coach Pop era. If the Coach Pop era wasn't something I was looking to continue, at the end of last year I would have gone fuck FIFA. Seriously, I wouldn't have bought FIFA this year. I mean, one thing I could do is buy PES, but PES has nothing now. Unfortunately, PES has nothing for it. Nothing going for it at all. I guess it does in a gameplay sense. I think the gameplay is more the focus in PES, but you know, it's amazing to think they're even still going. And who was buying any game from Konami anyway after the bullshit they pulled with Kojima? Konami's done. You know, no one's buying anything from them anymore because they treated Kojima disgustingly, in my opinion. I don't think I'd ever buy a Konami game again. I've got Metal Gear Solid 5. I'll probably play through it someday, but I don't want to play anything from them again because no one could treat Kojima like they treated him. It was disgusting. So that rules Pez out, you know. And like I said, with Pez, it had nothing going for it anyway. Anyway, I'm just ranting. I'm sorry, but EA, who gives a shit? If I wasn't doing Coach Pop, I wouldn't have bought FIFA this year. But even as I say that, though, you know, okay, let's start. Even as I say that, you know, I'm still even questioning it. But anyway, I've talked less about the game and more about other stuff. But that's because really, there isn't really much to say. This is a great game. It's an underrated game. It never got a sequel, and that was the end of the Full Spectrum Warrior kind of story. And it's like I said at the beginning, unique games like this, they will never ever get made again. So I can be highly praised of how it was different, but does it really matter today? Does Full Spectrum Warrior really matter today? No, it doesn't. And I'm not saying that as a criticism, I'm saying that as a fact of gaming in 2018. Gaming in 2018, games like Full Spectrum Warrior do not matter anymore. Everyone's looking to make a Fortnite, or a PUBG, or a Call of Duty, or a Battlefield. Look at Battlefront 2 for instance, immediately Battlefield and its loot box bullcrap. Yeah, who cares? If you're not following the norm, you're never going to sell your game. Not in this day and age, and it's sad. You've got to be a Battle Royale, or you've got to be the continuation of a long-standing series like Call of Duty or Battlefield to have any chance of making any sales in this day and age. And that's just the way it is, and it's unfortunate. Anyway, one thing I will say though is that this game, looking at it, holds up a lot better than I thought it would. You know, for a game that's like over 10 years old, more than that even. It holds up really well graphically. In fact, I would say that these Xbox One games have really been made their own justice. They got, I think, almost all the Xbox original titles. They got Xbox One X enhancements, and it makes the game look even better than it did. Such a great job with these titles. I can't wait to play more of them. I really can't. Prince of Persia will probably be my next one, but that won't be for a while yet. I do have a few new stuff to cover. Smash is coming out this year, so I'm saving up for that. But yeah, Full Spectrum Warrior was a great game that unfortunately in this day and age we'll never kind of see again. And it's sad. It's just really sad. The only thing I would say about these games, it's not a criticism, it's kind of understanding why. I wish they had achievements. That's the only thing I would have said. I only wish they had achievements, but I understand why they don't. That was probably, you know, some of these games you wouldn't even thought existed. Full Spectrum Warrior is from a company that went out of business, so you know it's amazing that they even got the game on board. So maybe that's why they didn't have achievements, because they couldn't work with the game company that was out of business to put achievements in the game. So that's rather unfortunate, but I do wish it had kind of some value to playing these games. The only reason people would play these games is for nostalgia, but even having said that, I've done 2 of them, so I'm not complaining about that. I'm just saying that's the reason people probably pick up these games at this point. The only reason is if you want a nostalgia-filled adventure with an old game like this. I just kind of wish they gave it a bit more incentive with the achievements, but at the same time, I love this game. I love Republic Commando, so I'm not criticizing it. I'm just saying I wish that that was the case. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the playthrough of Full Spectrum Warrior. It's a great game. It's just sad that today we'll never see this kind of game again. But I'm glad that I got to play it because I don't think there's a lot of playthroughs or walkthroughs of this game, mainly because it was on hardware 2 gens ago and videos weren't even being considered for YouTube back then. YouTube probably just barely existed back when this game came out, amazingly. But yeah, what I will say, like I said before, I think they've made these games look great. These games look great, they have widescreen. I was able to play this on a 4K TV with very few graphical hiccups. That's amazing. I mean, I only added 720p for the video, but that is a tremendous achievement from the Xbox team. So it's like I've always said, Xbox Live for connectivity, for multiplayer, and for other features like this. PlayStation has the exclusives going for it. I've said that every single generation, and it doesn't really change with this one. It's just that PlayStation 4 was my console of choice when Don Matrick decided to be an idiot and import anti-gamer nonsense into the console, and yeah. But I was always going to get one, especially when I heard that they were going to turn it off, you know, they're going to disable it. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll pick it up in the future, because I'm not a console fanboy. I don't swear allegiance to a company. I love video games. Anyway, I'm talking too much again, I'm sorry about that, but yeah. So that is the end of the Full Spectrum World playthrough. Hope you guys enjoyed another Blast of the Past. I'll be sure to do some more in the future on this channel. Keep you guys posted. I will keep you guys in the know, of course, if there's anything to let you guys know about and it important to video. So it is with 7 Chaos signing off for this playthrough. I'll be back with some more classics in the future. Take care, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Peace out. Stay awesome.